Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Tuesday night discussion. Sorry about the 6-minute delay. Had a little computer malfunction, but we figured it out. As always, I have Olivia with me, and Mike is here again tonight, joining us. A couple announcements. I don't know if you've noticed on our Facebook page, but we do have a couple things we wanted to kind of talk about a little bit before we get into the Masonic Lodge. Hi, Sandra. Thank you for joining us. Upcoming nights, and again, I'm going to repeat these probably throughout the night for people that join later. But mark your calendars. Again, we'll make dates and events for these pages so you can follow us as always. Next week, we have Danielle. Psychic Medium will be here with us. I always say Danielle. I know why I say
Arena.
Her last name's Danielle, so I always say Danielle because I think it's easier than saying Arena.
Hey, Rob.
So yes, Rob's joining us from home this week. It's about time. Next week we have Arena Danielle will be joining us. We're going to be talking about everything and anything psychic medium related. She's going to be bringing some of her stuff with her and possibly giving a tarot reading to Olivia. So if you have questions for her, make sure you tune in next week, and we'll try to answer them as we go along. The week after that, April 2nd, we have Amy who will be back with us, and because we had so much fun the last time she was here talking about the Paranormal 101 show, we kind of touched a little bit on, I call it like haunted history or the history of the paranormal.
Yeah.
She wanted to do a whole show dedicated just to that. So she will be on next week doing that. So that we look forward to that show.
And I get a couple weeks off.
Mike won't be here.
Thank God.
Following week after that, we are going to be doing one of our favorite places that we ever went to. Rob, you might remember this one because
Yep.
you were there.
You were there.
We're going to be doing Iron Island Museum in Buffalo, New York. So that's going to be the following week, April 9th.
That was a cool place.
It was a very cool place. Lots of history. We'll go over all that that night. It's got a ton of history there. And also the week after that, April 16th, would be one of our fun places we've ever been to. It was the first lighthouse that we ever did.
Yeah.
And it's the Dunkirk Lighthouse.
Near the PA border.
So that will be on April 16th.
That was, what, a 3.5-hour drive, wasn't it?
One way.
One way.
And then we drove it back.
Yep.
I think we spent more time in the car than we did actually investigate.
We did. That was a cool place.
It was a lot of fun. We'll
fun.
have pictures and videos and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, there'll be videos for that.
Hi, Tisha. Hi, Tisha. How you doing? Tisha's watching.
Hey, Tisha.
Now, a couple of the announcements we were talking about. As you know, if you've watched our last... God, we've been doing this since January, so for the last 3 months. We don't have a name for our show. We always just call it the Tuesday Night Discussion.
Contest time.
So we decided that we were going to have a contest, and if you have any idea of what would be a cool name for us to have, private message us or text us or email us, whatever. And we're going to put a 2-week time frame on this. So by the time, we'll say April 9th rolls around, on that night, we will hopefully have the name of our show and be able to advertise it. And if you get picked as the winner, as a fun thing we want to do is we will have another show dedicated just to have you on the show. You'll come here, you'll sit down with us, whether it's just me and Olivia or Mike or whoever just happens to be here that night, and you get to kind of pick our brain. You get to ask us whatever you want, we can talk about whatever you want, and if you really, really want to, we will bring our favorite EVPs,
Our favorite places.
Our favorite evidence, I guess, of all the favorite places we've ever been to. Some of the stuff we've talked about on the show already. Some of the stuff we've never talked about.
Nope.
So it'll be the first time hearing those. But then you get to hear them later on when we actually do that episode for that place. So that's just a fun thing that we thought we would do. If you're interested, send us a message. If not, we'll just keep calling it Tuesday Night Discussion.
Somebody will come up with the name.
we're
I know it.
And then we also decided that something cool that we're going to do is we're going to bring in a new segment to our show. So starting next week, one of us, and we're going to take turns, we will be bringing a video, picture, audio. It could be from any time frame. It can be from any source. It could be on YouTube. You can name it. If you find something, or if we find something,
I got the perfect one.
So, for example, if tonight we were doing it, Mike would have brought that.
Yep,
We'll play it for you guys halfway through the show, and we get to break it down. We get to analyze it, and just like we would any other evidence that we capture. And in the end, we're going to vote whether or not we think it's real or not.
And I'll tell you this: it came from the Stanley Hotel.
Of course it did.
As a special treat for next week, I already talked to Lorena, and she's going to bring something. So she's going to be the first person to have something brought for the new segment that we're launching.
I'll be watching. I'll be watching.
We'll be as nice as we can when we pick apart her pictures or whatever she's bringing. So, other than that, we'll just get right into it. Masonic Lodge.
This was an awesome place.
Oh, excuse me. Obviously, we're not going to say where it is. That was part of the agreement that we have with the guy who runs the place.
With my friend John.
Yeah, we can't do that. Do you want to maybe tell them how we got involved with these guys?
I used to work for the state of New York, DOT. John worked with me on Bridge Crew. And he approached me one day about our team and everything, how we approach our investigations. I told him we were scientific based. And it took a little convincing from him to talking to who was
the powers that be?
Yeah,
the decision makers.
The powers to be, the higher ups. I forget what they call the top guy there and everything. And it was a month or so later that he said, "Lodge is open on this Friday. You want to come in and do your investigation?" We had the place to ourselves the whole night. But we have to abide by their rules. You know, when you go into the ceremony room, you have to knock on the door 3 times and ask for permission to enter.
I think that was just one of the
that was
rules.
one of them.
There
were more, but that was the main thing because that's the way they enter their ceremony room, with respect.
Actually, Rob, I think you might be right. The Grand Wizard.
I think he's close.
It does Grand something.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure it's Grand something.
Yeah, Rob, you're on the right track. Grand something. Because we had the guy, at one point, that was the head of it.
Yes. Yeah.
On one investigation.
God,
I just can't remember what they call him. But he's right, it's Grand something.
I know, as far as personal stuff goes, I mean, me personally, I did have a couple of little things happen, especially it was weird, it was in the main room, the ceremony room.
Okay.
You would literally hear, if you could picture those movie theater chairs, kind of. They have ones that kind of folded down.
Yeah, they were folded down. They were like movie theater chairs.
Yeah, I think they're like wooden, though. But they obviously make noise.
Yeah, they squeaked. They squeak a lot.
And there was a couple times, I mean, you're sitting in the dark, you really can't see all of it, because it is a giant room.
I got the name. He's called the Worshipful Grand Master.
Oh, yeah, could be that. Yeah.
Yes. The Worshipful Grand Master.
Granderson. No, wrong guy. Baseball's a baseball player. And, if you could picture this big room, it was a giant room. It really was. And it feels like it's empty, but it's not. It's lined with the chairs. And then you got, like, the ceremonial...
The big altar at one end.
Yeah, the altar area.
Like a smaller stage altar or
it's
something.
It's like a little thing in the middle of the room. I don't know.
Like an island.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little island thing. But it is. It's definitely feels different when you go in there. And it could just be because...
Very different.
Some people say when they walk into churches, they get a weird feeling. Because it's... And maybe that's it. Maybe you just get that weird feeling. But I do know for a fact there was more than once that I heard was sounded like somebody sitting in a chair.
Yeah, I heard that a couple
chairs
times.
squealing. I forgot who. When you go down into the basement,
Yeah, there was a basement to this
there's
place.
a big staircase, and they got different little rooms down there. But then when you go through the two smaller rooms, there's these two big double doors with these windows. They're like 10 by 10 or 12 by 12, whatever windows.
Yeah.
And I forgot who. I want to say it was one of our old female investigators. Came down the stairs, and they said that they saw a person looking through it.
Todd and Sue.
So
They saw a shadow man with this top hat. I had my back to the door, and they looked at the right time, and they saw this shadow man with his top hat walk right by the window.
And I would say that the big room down there were all like, they mainly used it for like storage.
Yeah.
That had a really kind of weird feeling to
Yeah,
it.
the left-hand corner was the weirdest.
Yeah, it was a cool place. We definitely got some cool stuff for you tonight. I think we got like 20 things that we caught for you, and we want to share with you guys.
I think there's like a video or two that
there's a
mixed
couple.
in.
Yeah, we have a couple videos too. So we're going to get right into it. And if you guys have any questions, as always, ask, and we will try and answer them as we go along. So the first one you're going to hear, it's going to be Todd, and he's just kind of talking. In around 4 seconds, you're going to hear a man's voice come in, and it's going to say no. But then at 13 seconds, you're going to hear a female voice say no. And then at 19 seconds, you're going to hear another voice say wow.
Oh yeah, this is a three-parter.
So this is a three-parter. So I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a lot of years since I've heard these. So headphones maybe.
I didn't know. These are pretty clear.
So we'll go ahead and play those for you. And as always, we'll always loop it twice.
Yeah, because when I was listening to it, that's when I caught all three. I thought it was just one.
If I sit next to you,
Yeah. Yeah.
you heard it here? Oh, no. I heard it before, but it's like so clear in the recording.
Yeah.
We played it for them when we did a presentation for them.
Okay.
And it was like, wow. Okay if I sit next to you?
Yeah.
And you have a voice speaker.
Yeah.
You heard it here? Oh, no. I heard it before, but it's like so clear in the recording.
Yeah.
We played it for them when we did a presentation for them.
Okay.
And it was like, wow.
So sorry about the glitching in the beginning. We fixed it. So, yes, that was... so the first time you hear no, at 13 seconds you hear another female say no. And I want to say it was right after Todd asked if he could sit there.
Yes.
Sit next to you. Obviously, he wasn't talking about a person. He was just asking one of our investigators, and they got a response. And then you hear wow at the end. So that was also pretty cool. This next one is you, and you're talking about the SLS camera with the two female investigators, and then you're going to hear what sounds like a child whine.
The SLS camera was picking up some stuff right over in the piano corner.
No, I told him about that. I said, I knew about that piano. Yeah, over in that corner.
So when the figure showed up one time, Todd moved over there. What's that green light down there?
Where? Oh, this, my K2 and her K2 is on that chair. There.
Oh, okay. The SLS camera was picking up some stuff right over in the piano corner.
No, I told him about that. I said, I knew about that piano. Yeah, over in that corner.
So when the figure showed up one time, Todd moved over there. What's that green light down there?
Where? Oh, this, my K2 and her K2 is on that chair. There on the
Oh,
chair.
okay.
So again, interesting. Definitely, we obviously don't have anybody that age or
No.
that sounds like that. So again, can't really explain it. If I remember correctly, you guys, it sounds like you were in that downstairs.
Yeah, I think we're in
In that
the
basement
basement.
area. So that was definitely cool. We lost our video person for a second.
Try it.
This next one is might be a little harder here because it does say that it's light, but it is there. You were actually in the basement with Sandy and Buddy,
Oh yeah.
and then you're going to hear around 4 seconds, so fairly quick into it. You're going to hear
Yeah, this was quick.
you're going to hear almost sounds like a hum.
I don't know, maybe that was something, buddy. I don't know, maybe that was something, buddy.
So that one was very, very quick. It's almost right in the beginning of it, so it's a little harder to hear. That's why I put a headphone on real quick so I could try to hear it myself. It is there. It's almost right before you go to pick up the camera.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of a light one, but they knew it wasn't there. This next one's another video. It's again Mike, Todd, Buddy in the basement. You're gonna hear Todd asking questions, and then you and Buddy start talking, or you ask Buddy a question. Right after Buddy says yeah, around the 12-second mark, you're gonna hear another lower voice say yeah. So just kind of like repeated.
I assure you it's okay. We would like to communicate with you.
Buddy. Buddy.
Yeah,
Remember that question you asked last time here and you got to know
what was the question?
about Scottish?
I assure you it's okay. We would like to communicate with you.
Buddy. Buddy.
Yeah,
Remember that question you asked last time here and you got to know
what was the question?
about Scottish?
Listen to myself.
So yeah, that one, it's there again. It is kind of low. I think whatever was down there that night just wasn't being very loud when they were trying
No.
to say something or trying to communicate with us. Again, they're not all winners. Some are really great and some are kind of low. So it's kind of take the good with the bad, I guess.
Yep.
This next one is you're going to hear people moving around, and then around 11 seconds or so, you're going to hear a whistle. It was nobody. We don't whistle. Nobody acknowledged it, so we couldn't explain it. So yeah, that one was a little bit better. You could definitely hear something in the background.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I almost thought cat, but I think if it was a cat, you guys would have said, "Hey, there's a cat in here."
Yeah.
Somebody would have said
Yeah,
something.
it was a cat.
It wouldn't have been squeaky.
Yeah, it sounded like you guys were either going up the stairs or coming down the stairs. So there
Yeah.
definitely was movement around. This next one's pretty cool, at least I think so. There's no one in the room above. I should say below the ceremony room on the first floor.
Yeah, it's like a banquet room.
Yeah, it's like a banquet hall. It's a big open hardwood
Is this
floors.
the one that captured the...
Oh,
okay.
and then you hear in the background there's like a kitchen, like in the back of the room.
Yep.
So they probably rent it out. They probably do stuff there.
Yeah,
like
they
dinners
do.
and stuff.
Girl
So-
Scouts and stuff like that.
Where this was done is the cool thing is nobody's there. Nobody's in the room. And if you hear a chair, it's gonna. I'm guessing it's the wooden floor. You're going to hear the clock ticking, which is normal. But around 13 seconds, you're going to hear what sounds like a chair being moved. So yeah, like it was right at the very end there. You almost hear like a chair being pushed in or slid
pulled out.
very little, or somebody pushing out the chair. Which again, you don't hear footsteps, you don't hear movement, you don't hear anybody in there because there was nobody in there. That makes it kind of cool. This next one is same thing, same room. Nobody's in there. You can hear that annoying clock ticking. But this one's kind of cool because you're actually going to hear what sounds like a kid giggle. Again, it's a little muffled, but you definitely do hear a voice. You hear some kind of a laugh.
And the clock.
And the clock was very, very prominent. Clock. This next one, again, still same area. No team is in the room. Clock still going, ticking away. Then you can hear you can actually hear the door close. So, kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that was a good one. To me, it almost sounds like somebody's hitting the metal breaker bar on the door to open it. Again, nobody's there.
Yeah.
No, we're probably on break at this point. This next one, we don't really know what door it was, Sandra. Mike thinks it might have been one of the changing room doors where they put on the ceremonial stuff.
Yeah, there's a changing room off to the side before you go in to the ceremony room. We captured it a few times that night, and it just was so prevalent. Figured just at it.
And the thing is, like, if that was us, like if that was us opening or closing a door, if you could hear it that clear, you would hear us talking. You know what I mean?
I think I
You hear
think-
us moving
yeah.
and doing something.
But I think there was one EVP in there where you did hear the door and you heard two people respond saying, "Hey, did you hear that door close?" But that was the one I didn't put in. I put this one in.
We'll have that.
Yeah.
This next one, you're going to hear Mike and Todd. They're just kind of talking. And around 10 seconds, you're going to hear a voice come through, but you can't make out what it's saying, but neither one of them acknowledge it.
Mm-mm.
So I misread my notes here. They weren't talking. They actually left the room. Mike and Todd left. Nobody's in there, and you can hear almost what sounds like a full sentence being said.
Yeah, I think it was
So
very
it's
close.
almost like a whisper, and
Saying something.
we can't really make out what it's saying. And that was a good catch.
It was a good one.
This next one is Todd and Buddy are talking. You're gonna hear Todd ask Buddy a question, and then the weird thing is you're gonna hear a voice come through, and it almost sounds like it's saying "kneel," like you would at an altar.
Yeah.
And then Todd just starts talking, so it's like neither one of them said it, and they didn't hear it, didn't acknowledge it, but you hear a voice basically saying, "Hey, you need to kneel when you're at the altar."
So are you over there, buddy? I couldn't hear you drinking. So are you over there, buddy? I couldn't hear you drinking.
So yes, that was a good one. You
Yeah,
clearly
it was.
hear Neil. Sorry about the skipping a little bit. Olivia knows there's an issue.
It's not my fault though.
She can't fix it until after we're done. So
Next time.
next week it will be fixed. I promise. So just bear with us for these. We have one job.
Yeah, I got a hard job over here.
This next one is actually, if you want to talk about it, it's one of your favorite ones. On the piano.
Oh, okay. This was, I think it was the end of the night. We were
Downstairs.
yeah, we were breaking down. No, the piano was in the ceremony room.
Okay.
Remember, in the left-hand corner?
Oh yeah,
Next
but
to
we
the
were
altar.
downstairs.
We were downstairs in the banquet room, starting to break everything down. Nobody's upstairs. And what you're going to hear is the piano key gets struck twice. And nobody's in that room.
So yeah, that's a great one.
It is.
That's
We didn't even hear it when we were breaking down either.
yeah. I think that's only the second time we've ever caught a piano playing by itself.
Other than the Players
Yeah,
Theater.
the theater.
That-
Great.
That was great. And you could tell
Nice
nobody walked up.
expression.
Well, I just that was my first time hearing it.
I mean, you could hear it. Nobody walked up to the piano or anything. It was great. That was great. When I heard it, when I listened to the recorder, I heard it. Wow, I
Well,
flipped.
yeah, I mean, the funny thing is if any of us heard it, the next thing you would hear is us running up the stairs.
But the next time we were there, when Buddy was with us, I did do an experiment where I went into the banquet room downstairs and had him hit the piano key twice. Couldn't hear it.
Good one.
Yep.
This next one is, no one's talking. We do have the spirit box running. So
It'll be the only one with that.
at around 9 to 10 seconds, you're going to hear a male voice come through the spirit box. It's going to sound like it's saying the girl over there. Who it's referencing, we don't know. There was probably 2 or 3 girls there that night. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
you
one.
could definitely hear it saying the girl over there is loud.
Okay,
So
good.
that's a good one. That was, again, I know we give spirit boxes a bad rap.
I
That one
don't.
actually, I like that one.
That was a good one.
You don't hear any radio frequencies. You don't hear nothing. You
Nope.
just hear the regular surfing sound of the frequencies that you're supposed to hear, and then you hear a person's voice coming through. So that was actually pretty good. He was telling one of our girls that she was too loud. This next one, again, nobody's in the room. You're going to hear what sounds like running. Just running through the room. And then followed by a funny voice. It sounds like it's saying, "Get out."
What? What are you doing?
I kind of laughed at that still. I didn't know you were in here.
What? What are you doing?
I kind of laughed at that still. I didn't know you were in here.
Well, it's not that. You do hear it beforehand.
Yeah.
So before you hear us talking and laughing, it is there. It's definitely a voice there. That was a good one.
Yes, it was.
This next one is Sue, a former investigator, was asking questions. If Masons are psychic. Again, I don't know the context of why that was asked. We talk about a lot of random stuff, so it might have been that, or maybe she did have a reason. And then around 11 seconds, you're going to hear almost a response to that question. It sounds like they're saying, yeah. But nobody acknowledged it, nobody heard it.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to ask you one more time. Are Masons psychic? If Masons are psychic, can you make that steady goes a steady light? All 3?
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to ask you one more time. Are Masons psychic? If Masons are psychic, can you make that steady goes a steady light? All 3?
Yeah. Okay. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. again, Olivia hasn't really heard these. She was never there, so we're kind of listening to them for the first time with hers as well. And some of them it's been so long for me that I need the refresher as well. So it looks all nice. This next one, buddy, he says, "I'm sitting in your chair." So I'm assuming this is in the ceremonial room.
Yes.
Sandy then says something like something right behind her. I don't know if she felt something, or you'll hear her say it. But then you're going to hear a whistle come through. Sandy does respond to it.
Yeah.
So they both all
cool.
hear this. So we'll just go ahead and play for you and get your take.
I might sit in somebody's chair. What did you say? Just said something.
I'm afraid I'm going to run into something here. Are you here with me? Oh, you are?
Did somebody just whistle?
Yes, I heard that whistle.
Okay.
I heard that whistle.
I wasn't sure if it came through the spirit box or... I might sit in somebody's chair. What did you say? Just said something.
I'm afraid I'm going to run into something here. Are you here with me? Oh, you are?
Did somebody just whistle?
Yes, I heard that whistle.
Okay.
I heard that whistle.
I wasn't sure if it came through the spirit box or it was...
It was right after. It was quick. It was there. It was like a one.
Was it
Yeah.
quiet?
I mean, it was loud. I heard it. It was loud enough where they heard it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a rhythm whistle. It was just one blow. Like
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Maybe I was listening for something.
Yeah, that was a quick one. But the cool thing is they all heard it. So
Yeah.
that was kind of neat. Again, that doesn't happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This next one is they're leaving the basement, and Buddy is leaving and Sandy. Sandy says, "Have fun," while they're leaving. And then around 11 seconds, you're going to hear what sounds like a man laughing.
Yeah. What's the... Alright, cool.
Have fun.
Have fun, we will. Did you say red light? Did you hear that?
What, honey?
It just said red light.
Red light?
Yeah.
Can you make it go to the red light?
Yeah.
What's the...
Alright, cool.
Have fun.
Have fun, we will. Did you say red light? Did you hear that?
What, honey?
It just said red light.
Red light?
Yeah.
Can you make it go to the red light?
Yeah, that one was actually pretty good. It sounds like the two groups were just separating. Like, Buddy was going to stay in one room, and they were going to move off to another room. So she almost sarcastically said, "Have fun," you know. And then I think even worse is you hear that weird laugh, almost like, "Yeah, we're going to have fun." I don't know. That was pretty cool. That was good. I think that was the first time I ever heard that one. It was definitely cool. I wish they would have heard it. That would have been even better.
Yeah.
This next one is Sue and Buddy are talking, and around 10 seconds, you're going to hear a male voice. It sounds like it's saying 93. Not really sure why.
It has to do something with
lodge
One of
number,
the
the
lodge number or something like that.
and then
Buddy would know.
yeah, and then they are using a K2 meter, and they start getting hits to kind of correlate with that. So.
Did you, how long were you a past master? Are you a marshal?
Are you a marshal? Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes to me,
Okay. Did you, how long were you a past master?
Are you a marshal? Yes.
Okay, cool.
It already.
That was a good one. Were you a past master? And then you heard 93.
That's something to do with the lodge number, Buddy says.
All right, yeah, that's like a direct response. I mean, that's an intelligent
Yeah.
haunting.
Yeah, intelligence right there,
Definition.
yeah.
So this next one is just kind of moving along here. Sue tells Buddy to go ahead, so I'm not sure. Again, she's probably getting to ask questions. And then around 11 seconds, you're going to hear a little voice. It sounds like it's saying Annie. Not really sure why.
I didn't get anything. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Did it go like the red?
Yellow.
I didn't get anything. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Did it go like the red?
Yellow.
So that one is a little hard to hear. It's actually as they're walking. So you hear them walking. It sounds like you hear Annie. And then all of a sudden the K2 meter starts going off crazy. So,
As
again,
for the name?
Yeah.
We don't know who it's associated with.
No, we have no idea.
The two women that volunteered there a lot, they weren't Annie.
But it is a name. It's a voice. And it wasn't any of us.
No.
So we got a couple. We got one last one for you. You got you and the two girls talking about how things are getting quiet, calming down. You cough, and then you're going to hear around 10 seconds another voice come in and it says Mike.
Popular.
Yep. Well, he's the only guy there.
Really?
If things are going, I think it is.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I think maybe that shadow that you saw there could have been it.
Oh, cow.
You know?
So I asked the girls how the couple guys said. I thought it was John. I thought John was coming. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, I say
Really?
if things are going, I think it is.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I think maybe that shadow that you saw there could have been it.
Cow.
You know?
So I asked the girls how the couple guys said. I thought it was John. I thought John was coming. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, I say.
Okay.
So yeah, that was quick. You heard quick Mike.
Yeah.
And then they start talking. But what I didn't realize is if you hear right at the end, Sandy or Sue says she saw a shadow going across the door. She thought it was John, who was another former investigator, who was tall enough to where when he would walk by it, you could see his head.
Yeah.
And that was just goes with the story about what you were talking about this morning.
Yeah.
That earlier, that was the exact moment we were talking about.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. That definitely goes along with it. That's all the evidence that we have. Well, not all the evidence that we have from there, but our favorite ones from there.
Yep.
We did get a lot more. Again, Mike likes to go through and kind of just pick out not only our favorite ones, but also ones that actually you guys can hear a little bit better. We did get a lot more stuff there that night. It's just
Not too much video, though.
no, not a lot.
You
That's
have
normal.
videos and everything. I just, like I said, I don't like taking spare back stuff. I know somebody here likes it,
I love it.
but other than that, I mean, it was a cool place. We'll get back there. I got the key for the place. I just got to ask John, what's going on a Friday, and if he says nothing.
And one of the nice things too is we're the only group that they allow in there.
Yeah. Because we respect the place.
I'm not really sure either, Sandra. She said, I heard a lot of investigators talk about tall men with a hat. I wonder why. It could be a period thing, possibly. I know that building was not originally a lodge. It was something else.
Yeah, it was something else.
I cannot remember. I was going to try to look it up before I came tonight, see if I can find out exactly what it was. So who knows what was there prior to that? So it definitely could be like a period in time type thing where that's what they wore. I mean,
back then.
yeah, a lot of them did. So maybe who knows? But you got to remember too, when they put on their ceremonial stuff, they actually do wear hats too.
Yeah.
So what Sue said in the comment that she saw a guy with a hat, whatever.
Yeah.
Could it have been a top hat? Sure. Could it have been one of those ceremonial
dress hats?
hats?
Don't. Yeah.
It very well could have been. But as a shadow, you're just going to
Yeah.
assume, well, it must be some kind of top hat. So it's hard to say. It really is.
Yeah. Well, as I was telling Sean and Olivia during one of the EVPs, John gave me a lot of history on the place. You know, famous people that were actually Masons that nobody knows about. And of course, I forgot to bring it.
It's all right.
But I do remember one because there was a TV show, and it was only on for a couple seasons. It was called Cooper's Treasure. And I think it was Discovery Channel. And this guy was given stuff by this famous astronaut. I forget his name. His something Cooper. But when I looked in the Freemason stuff, he was actually a Mason, this astronaut. Because from what I read, he took their coin into space and their flag from his lodge, I think in Colorado, if I'm correct. So like I said, there's a lot of famous people, even presidents were Masons.
It's such a,
Long
I guess
history.
it's one of those secret but not so secret societies. Maybe it's not even called, I don't want to call it a society, I don't want to insult anybody, but whatever it's called. I don't want to call it religion. I don't know. I don't know what it's technically called.
I don't know either.
But
I've never talked with it too much with John because it's their thing.
Yeah, but you're talking about something that's got history, so that is older than our country. You know what I mean? Like that's hard to think about.
Sure.
That this started overseas and then it was brought here. And it's just it's insane. And if you can literally, I want to say it's in Washington D.C. It might be in New York City, but I want to say it's in Washington. The biggest, like their headquarters. Like
yes,
the
because
biggest.
Josh Gates went one time. Yeah. And you should have saw the ceremony room there. You thought it was made of gold.
I definitely recommend if you're into that thing.
I think they got 2 ceremony rooms there.
Yeah, probably. It's huge.
It was mammoth.
Literally, just Google Josh Gates Masonic Temple.
Washington.
It might be Washington D.C.
Yeah.
I want to say it was when he was on his Expedition Unknown.
Yes, Expedition Unknown.
And watch that episode.
I just can't remember it because I think it was a 2-part. It was like first half of the show was one thing. No, I can't remember. I forget.
It's just crazy. It's just so much history.
But there is one story to go with the temple, though. Before we get on to something else, that when we were there one time and we had the former worshipful master, we were doing a live feed out in front where Todd was interviewing him and I was filming him.
I think we still have that.
And it might be on our Facebook
it is.
page.
It's in our Facebook videos. On our page.
This was not captured because Sandy and Sue and I think the new female investor came on, and I was just focused on Todd and this guy. That after we got done, they turned to me and said, "Hey, Mike, did you see that?" I go, "See what?" Nobody was in the building. We were all outside. The bathroom light turned on twice during this film.
Oh, because the bathroom was right off to the right.
Yeah, to the right.
To
my right.
Yeah.
And Sandy Soon, this other girl, saw it. But it was never captured during the video because I just had it right on that.
And if you actually go through, you can actually find that video. It's on in our videos. You just kind of got to scroll down. And honestly, I want to say...
But you won't see the light turn on and off twice.
We might even have pictures on there from this location. On our Facebook. I'm almost positive. If you go into our Facebook and go to pictures and just keep scrolling, I want to say we actually got a lot of photos.
I think you're right. We might have some on there.
You'll see, and then you actually see what the ceremonial room looks like, what the downstairs looks like. It's just, I wish I thought about that ahead of time. I could have had Olivia put some up for you guys to see, but that was maybe something we can do towards the future.
Yeah.
But again, it is interesting. It's the history.
Yep.
Take away the whole, get away from all the negativity about it, because Lord knows there's a lot of it. Just being there was cool. Being a part of it was really neat. It was a lot of fun. And
we'll go back.
It's probably, like I said, one of the most, again, I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's probably one of the most secretive organizations in the world. I mean, it is. There's so much stuff that goes on there. So just to recap some stuff that we talked about when we first started. Next week we'll have Lorena Danielle here, psychic medium. We'll be drilling her with all kinds of questions and getting her thoughts on stuff and her opinions and picking her brain and asking her whatever comes to mind. I don't have any notes and I don't plan on writing anything down. So whatever we just haven't talked about. I know you have questions that you'd like to ask her. I did request that she brings her tarot cards. Maybe does a live tarot reading
with someone,
because she's excited about it and probably wishes it was tonight, not next week.
I do.
So she will be here next week.
I just don't understand the whole tarot card thing.
I have a lot of sets.
Sandra asked, is she going on investigations with you? She did. She actually went to the library with us.
Yes.
So the Morrisville Public Library.
She picked up on a lot of things.
Had a lot of fun with her. Really liked how she does things. We've worked with other psychics in the past, and she does it, I don't want to say completely different, but she does do it differently than the other psychics that we've worked with. And I just kind of like the way that she does it. I like the way she approaches it and the way she... It was cool. I mean, again, nothing against any other psychic we've ever worked with. No. We've had a lot of fun with all of them, and they've all been great. It's just, I guess, cool to see a different take on it, and a different way of doing it.
Yes.
That was kind of...
I was about to say the same thing, a different approach.
Yeah, it was cool. It was definitely cool to see that it worked. There was several things that she picked up on that we were able to validate with the library director right there, literally on the spot. She was with us that night, so that was cool.
Yeah, she was with us right to the end.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So she will be here next week. April 2nd, we'll have Amy back. Amy will be doing another show on her own. We'll be here, but it's pretty much going to be Amy's show that night. It'll be all about haunted history is what I'm going to call it. It's a great name, isn't it? Where she's going to dive more deep into like the history of the paranormal. She's got a lot of cool stories to talk about history-wise and how it kind of relates to today. She'll mention some famous investigators and stuff like that and go into a lot more detail that we really weren't able to touch on the last time Amy was here when she did her Paranormal 101 course. So we're looking forward to that. It'll be an easy night for Olivia and I because we don't have to do much.
And I get a break for 2 weeks.
Michael will be here. Immediately followed by the following week, we're going to be doing the Iron Island Museum in Buffalo, New York.
That was a very cool place.
Yeah, great place. Mike will be back for that night.
If you're ever up there, check it out. We got tours, day tours, and everything. It is an amazing place. Linda Stradler or something like
Linda,
very nice woman. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's a great place. Even if you're there during the day, I think they even do like day stuff.
Yeah, day tours. Yeah,
but awesome place.
I mean, we purchased the night investigation, and we had a great time. We got some good evidence from that place.
I want to say it was almost 10 years ago.
I think
it probably was. It was probably over 10
Rob,
years.
if you can remember, chime in.
It was well, I'll talk to the attic. Yeah. Hey, who knows? Maybe Rob will be here. Hint. We'll get Rob here eventually.
And then
the following week, we're going to be doing Dunkirk Lighthouse.
That was a cool one. We do have a video on our Facebook page.
Yes, there's a video on our Facebook videos you can go back and watch. I'm not going to tell you what to look for or anything about that, but it's there. Definitely caught a lot of cool stuff. We have a picture of Mike, who I didn't know this, but you're afraid of heights.
Yes, I am definitely afraid of heights.
I am too.
We all decided to do a group photo at the top of the lighthouse. But we didn't really tell Mike.
No.
Because I didn't think about it. I really didn't.
I would have sweat the whole time.
But here's the thing, like Dunkirk Lighthouse is not like, when you think lighthouse, you think like
200 feet
Yeah,
tall.
It's not that big.
No, it's not that big.
It's maybe
3 stories.
Yeah, like a 3 or 4 story house.
Like probably another 2 stories above the building itself.
Yeah,
so that's it.
Add 2 more floors to your house. But you're still high. And you do get a great view of the lake.
There it is. It's
literally right on the water. But
God.
In the picture, you see all of us kind of enjoying it, and then all you see is Mike's head sticking around the corner because he wouldn't come outside.
I'm staying right here.
He did smile, but he would not step foot
I
out the
did
door.
smile.
face was in. That was a great
Because I
place.
wanted to get back in quick.
So yes,
I think we took a picture of the team too up on top of the castle.
We
here in Auburn.
we did.
But I was brave enough where I didn't stick my head in the picture. I was brave enough to stand with
He
everybody.
couldn't,
Nice.
but he couldn't because where the door was. You had to come out.
Yeah.
There was
Had to
no,
go out.
there was no way you could just. If he
But-
stuck his head
Just
out,
let him have the moment.
if he stuck his head out, it would have been up to like my knee.
Yeah.
So he had to come out.
But at least the lighthouse, just stuck my head in and smiled.
Well, as I said, it was a
No.
great place.
Yeah,
The
it's
worst,
a cool place.
worst part about it was I didn't think we really realized how far it was.
Oh, 3.5 hours, almost to the PA border.
Yeah, and then we did the investigation and then drove home. So that was a long night.
Like you said earlier, I think we drove more than
I did. We
investigated.
did 7 hours worth of driving. I think we only investigated for 4.
Yeah.
So
And I think it only cost us, what, a $20 donation per
yeah, it
person
was
that
cheap.
night?
We donated the money
Yeah,
to the
that was
museum.
it.
If you go on our Facebook page, scroll down to our photos, and we took a ton of
Oh,
photos.
yeah. No, they're,
There's all kinds of photos there.
yeah.
You can kind of click through them. and
I
go.
want to see the one of my son.
Oh, I'll show you. I got it.
He's got it.
I know I got it. And then other than that, don't forget, we did start our new contest tonight. So contest. Please tell your friends, share it. Share our page with all your friends. Pick the name of our show. Is that a cool name for the contest? That's why we need help. I can't come up with a name. She doesn't want to help me. So,
Just can't think.
You got me thinking now.
so if you come up with the name of the show, please, you have 2 weeks from tonight to submit it through our direct messenger, or you can email us or whatever. And if you have our phone number, you can want to text us. I don't care. Get us it, and in 2 weeks from tonight, so the night we do Iron Island Museum, Mike will be back, and we will decide on who we like and who we think we want to call the show, and that'll be the new name of the show. And as a gift for winning the contest, we will have you come with us at a later date here, and you'll get to hang out with us and ask us whatever you want to ask, and we will
Pick
play.
our minds.
Yeah, we'll play. It was 2013, by the way. We were there.
Thank you, Rob.
So we will play some of our most favorite EVPs that we've ever captured, not just.
So you were right.
Wasn't
10 years.
here.
11 years.
So that'll be a fun night, and we like doing these contests. Something fun to get people going. And then also next week we'll be launching a new segment of our show that we don't have a name for yet. She doesn't like any of the names I come up with.
I remember Kelly and Matt were there.
Yep, tell me about that.
And I miss Matt so bad.
So the new segment would be like around halfway through our show. We're going to kind of take a break and cut into our new segment every week where somebody, one of us, we will take turns, or maybe it's our guest who's going to be on, gets to bring a video, a picture, audio, clip, whatever. It can be.
Mine's
It could be from anywhere. It could be from YouTube. It could be from, I don't care where you get it from. I honestly know what my first one's going to be. It's going to be a picture. My picture's going to be probably, I want to say, from the 1800s.
Oh, God.
It's a very old historical photo. It's arguably...
Better not be the
Shush.
Abraham Lincoln.
No.
Okay. With his
Mike wasn't
wife.
giving up on that. He was like, "You're not doing it."
No, we already talked about how that one was fake.
Yeah, it's so
no,
fake.
this, I won't say what, but it's a very, very, very old historical photo of what they believe was the very first captured evidence of a spirit. But I won't say what. You can ask
if it's
for
the one I'm thinking of, I know what you're talking about.
So that's going to be mine. Olivia Casser will have a chance to get something. So basically, we're going to show it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to analyze it, and just like we do with any evidence that we capture. And in the end, we're going to decide whether or not we think it's paranormal or not. And when I say this could be anything, it could be anything.
I was going to say, like, Bigfoot,
It
aliens.
could be Bigfoot, aliens, we don't care.
Skinwalkers. I'm real big on those, so send me your skinwalkers.
A fun thing, too, is if you guys, our viewers, if you have a clip, if you know of a clip, if you find something on YouTube, or find something on Google Images, whatever, send it to us. And and if we pick it, we might be on the show, and we'll let you know, hey, the thing you sent us is going to be on this episode, and we're going to acknowledge you and thank you for sending it to us, and we'll break it down for you. So it's just another fun thing to get people involved.
So the only thing with my clip, I'm going to tell you this: I was there for 4 days. There were no kids there in this clip. I mean, at this place, there were no kids during this 4-day retreat.
You don't know that.
So when you hear the clip, you'll know what I'm talking about when you hear it.
I'm excited. I think Mike just likes to rub it in my face that he went to the State Motel.
I know it's a cool places. What can I say?
That was before he got married and he
Yeah.
could go do all that fun stuff. Don't
I've
let
been
him
to
do
the, I've been to the Whaley House out in Old Town San Diego.
You went to
Get this
the,
guy
you went to
outta
the
here.
fort in Florida.
Yeah, but that one I can't really
But it's
say.
still a cool place.
It was a cool place, but
It was on
but-
Ghost Adventures.
yeah, it was on Coast Adventures, and they got a bad rep, just like Rolling Hills
You went,
from
Yeah, but
you went to
St.
Lighthouse.
Augustine Lighthouse.
I went there, but it was during the day.
I did the Dark of the Moon tour. That
It
was
took
cool.
me one time to climb those stairs, and I never went back up.
When I was there on vacation one time, one day, I even met the guy from the episode in Ghost Hunters, Paul and Klowski. I actually met him that day. I went up and down 4 times,
Nope.
but I had to take my time
ooh,
because the
jeez.
stairs are see-through.
And he's scared of heights.
Oh my gosh, no, I wouldn't be. I'm
Except-
sweating.
Except when you get on the landing, it's not see-through.
No, it's steel.
It's solid.
It's like a solid steel plate.
I will say this, that in the tower on the Dark of the Moon tour, we did hear the female say help. Yes.
That is a cool place. I like it.
It's an awesome place. If you're ever in St. Augustine, go check out the lighthouse.
I took an hour detour just to go. And an hour to my drive.
And it's well worth it. It's well worth it.
So, yeah, other than that, please, guys, we
Yeah.
appreciate the views and the likes, so keep it up. Again, share with your friends. And then next week will be a great episode. We can't wait to have Miranda here,
I'll be watching
and we'll get to pick her brain. And
from home.
hopefully Olivia doesn't get weirded out and get any bad news that she's hoping not to get. Just saying.
In front of everybody.
She might walk in here and say, "Oh my God, there's somebody here." Yeah, you didn't think about that, did you?
No, I didn't.
So,
That's great.
but we really appreciate it, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys next week.